right, everybody. Welcome to the After Dark conversation. This is Mark and Flo. Say hey, Flo.
Hello, everyone.
It is a Saturday night. It's about 9:15 ish, 9:20 ish. We just got in from a birthday dinner for a friend.
Mhm.
And the theme of the dinner was a surprise party slash murder mystery dinner. It was at a really nice Mexican restaurant. Shout out to them. Everybody's staff was great. Um, but I'll let you talk about what happened. And yeah, um, tonight, yeah. Look, this is the After Dark conversation. Smart. I love you. You're amazing. And this was quite the night. And I think we just got to talk about it. You want to tell the story, babe?
He just wants to talk about it. If you've ever been to a murder mystery dinner, usually you know how they are run, what it takes to
I've never
do
been to a
put
murder
in.
mystery
He's
dinner
never been
before.
to one.
It's a lot of stuff I hadn't done. I'm sheltered. I'll be honest.
So I was explaining to him, I've been to one at a hotel downtown, and usually, once you get there, they kind of look at the crowd that's coming in. Once you sit at tables, they'll come around to the tables, pick those that want to be a part, or say, hey, you're going to be this character, you're going to do that. And whoever is the killer then will have kind of like their own, situation, what they'll do, what they'll say towards the end. So this
None
was
of that happened at this
no,
party.
no. And I'm assuming this is a travel murder mystery.
We don't know the name. We're not going to talk
No,
about them. I don't want to say
no.
anything disparaging about them personally or slander anybody's business, but
Unfortunately,
I was expecting
it was
something a little different than what happened. Wait, what
yeah,
happened?
yeah. They first of all they showed up late,
Wait.
and
Okay, we were told to be there at 6 o'clock.
right.
The guest of honor was to arrive at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody could be there in place. Now, the people who, the murder mystery business group, the people who are supposed to be doing the whole theme of the party. I mean, if we're supposed to be there at 6, I think they were supposed to be there, what, about
5:30.
so they were supposed to be there at 5:30, at least
Mm-hmm.
half an hour before the guests arrived, so they could have all their props, everything in place, so they could give everybody their roles when they came in. But they arrived at about what time?
About 7:30, 7:45 ish. And at first, one of the people who
Wait a
helped
minute,
put it
hold on.
on was
Hey,
like, they're not coming, due to unforeseen circumstances.
bless his
They're not
heart.
coming.
I gotta say, you know how there's always that one person in a party who's they take the responsibility of trying to make sure everybody understands what's going on and everybody has a good time. We had that brother there, and he did a fantastic job. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
salute him. Not gonna say he names, but brother did a good job, and it it was a shit show. It just fell apart.
Yeah. Because then, as he thought that they weren't coming because people, I guess, got lost, they couldn't find their
I was
way.
eating dessert. I had cheesecake, by the way. Cheesecake,
Yeah, it was
delicious.
really good. But as he thought that it wasn't going to happen, all of a sudden, two of the people show to do.
Can we drink our lemonade?
Yes, we can drink our lemonade.
All right, toast to our lemonade.
Mm. But two of the people, showed up. But they're, one is holding a script. She's reading off of the script. You could tell she doesn't understand, what needs to kind of be done.
All right, well, I'm sorry. I don't want
No, go ahead,
I
babe.
don't want to cut you off.
Go.
Oh, now I just wanted to say, to all my entrepreneurs and business owners, especially you really creative people, um, understand something. I understand that creativity takes inspiration. I mean, you want to create a moment. But the flip side of that is if you're running a enterprise, a business, and you have people that are paying you money, rule number one, be on fucking time. I don't care. Your inspiration might not be, but you need to arrange the rest of your life in such a way that the obligations and responsibilities that you have to provide a service to people who are paying you money. Please just be prompt with your service. Be on time. Be punctual. Especially if you look like me. God damn it, I'm tired of us half-ass doing shit and being. I don't know. Please be on time, people. When people pay you money, do. And well, I'm sorry, baby.
No, you're good. You're good. And again, know your stuff. Know when you come, know your stuff and know what services you're providing.
You're gonna hold the whole script up. I'm talking about like you ain't even trying to. And another thing is they only engage with like how many people were there at that party? And because it was, and again, like in this big restaurant now, beautiful restaurant. We're in one of the party rooms, and there was about what 30 of us. Now I know the 10 or 12 over on our side where we were sitting because we were up against the wall. Everybody, we're just having conversation, enjoying the food, having a great time. But when they finally get, remember they were supposed to be there before we were. They didn't get there till like an hour and a half. We're getting dessert at the table. We had cheesecake.
Yeah, we did, which was delicious.
Yeah.
Like we had some other offers too, but we were just like,
can we? Can we? But
he's so itchy.
I have to get your permission to talk about this.
You can't.
Okay, look. Some of the people that we met this evening, very engaging in conversation. Pleasant people. And we just got to talking about different things of what we do. And I actually shared that, I make videos, I have content. And I talked about the book that I'm working on, The Dating Game. Yeah, you saw the stuff scrolling at the bottom. You saw the banner. It's like right here, The Dating Game. Pre-order $13. Rewriting the rules so you can win. I've identified some things, but it seems like the more I do research, it's like there's so much. I'm not going to be able to talk about everything in this that I want to in this book. So I'm going to keep the first edition of the dating game down to probably it's going to be 5, maybe 6 chapters. But while trying to be engaged in conversation, one of the ladies who was there, sitting across from us. I'm being pleasant. We're having conversation, but she's obviously been through some things. Shared a little bit about my experience. I'm always trying to be encouraging. I'm the good guy. I honestly, if we ever have a conversation, I'm gonna be as honest and truthful as I can. But I want to make sure that if you have an encounter with me, you walk away feeling good about life. You're encouraged or motivated, or you get something beneficial. That's just how I am. That's me, Mark Scott. But some people seem to take that a little differently. Babe, what happened?
No, you get to tell this, babe. What happened, babe?
Babe, I didn't understand what I heard until you leaned over and told me what I just heard.
He heard it. He
I didn't take it like that at first.
He wasn't sure what
honestly, I didn't think that's what she meant, but we got
someone was trying to rope us into a threesome.
We got invited to a threesome tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
At a murder mystery shit show birthday party dinner.
They see all this hotness. They see all this hotness.
I think she got a thing for because not it's weird. I so much I want to say, but I have to be very careful because
she was very intrigued, I think, by Mark.
No,
and again,
why? What?
The way
hold
he
on.
talks.
Did I do anything overtly to like?
No, you didn't. But again, this person is kind of connected to the church and just certain beliefs and things. And Mark used to be a pastor, and he, was having conversations. And I think this kind of intrigued that person. So, when I think, I don't know what was said. I don't know
what I'm going to title this video, but I just had a PSA come.
I don't know what was said, but something was said. And then all of a sudden this person then says, Oh, I think somebody at the murder mystery was like, all of the couples are put together and
Oh
all
yeah,
of
that's what it
those
was. Yeah,
that are by
they were
themselves.
pairing off
Oh,
the
well,
couples to be working by themselves, and
right. And
so
she
like
was
yeah, if
like,
you're alone
"Oh
and
no, she was like, "Oh, we could be a threesome."
honestly,
Yes.
that's all I mean. I like surface level. Like, well, since I'm by myself, I can just join y'all's team. That's what I took the initial impression as. That was my first thought, honestly. And again, I'm a man. I'm a look. If there's a woman around and that she's attractive, I'm gonna acknowledge. I'm gonna recognize it. I'm literally. I'm sitting here with my woman hugged up, kissing on. Like I ain't on that. On top of that. Shout out to Willie D for telling the truth about that Nia Long and Mia Douglas. Look, even if I ever was to think about something like that, that woman would not be the one I would choose. I'm just saying. And I'll leave it at that. But come on, because you have a little bit more context on this situation, honestly, because I was
I
caught
don't
off guard. Because
I don't have any context. Again, like I told him, it surprised me because this
you've
person
been
has
out with this
never,
person
right,
before.
I've been out, but nothing has ever come
Never
up
have I.
that has that had me sense that. And that's the only reason why I said I think more of the intrigue came off of her being intrigued with Mark. Because when me and
my
this
ego
person
my ego
has
my
been
ego is
out,
somewhat inflated, but
oh, it is.
also it's
It is.
embarrassed because again,
Because
it's
it's
one thing
never
to get
come up with
attention.
just us.
It's one
So
thing to get attention. It's another thing to get attention that you don't want, and that's why it's like I got mixed feelings about this.
but again,
It does stroke my ego a little
I
bit, but
have,
I'm
and I've
like,
I've told Mark way back
I'm more
when
like, is
I
she gonna be
have had
mad?
somebody who asked could they have a threesome with me. So
Wait. When was this?
I just said a while back.
Oh,
Remember when I explained to you the situation of the couple way back when?
the way back when situation.
Yeah,
Oh, you
way
talking about?
back
But I thought
when.
you were talking about while we was together.
Oh no. Way back when.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that
yeah.
conversation. Okay,
So I've been,
I gotta stay on point, y'all.
yeah, you gotta
I'm
stay on
sensitive.
point. He is.
I
He
ain't
gets
gonna
in
lie.
his feelings.
Hey, look, I was raised to be a simp, and I'm a reformed. I ain't no alpha male, but I was a beta male. Like
He gets in his feelings because
I
we
got emotions
actually
and
should have
feelings.
had another video before this one, right?
Ooh,
We played a game and
I deleted it
he deleted it
because she hurt my.
because
She said some stuff, and I
towards
got in
the
my feelings.
end when a question was brought up,
I misunderstand things
he
sometimes.
misunderstood it and he got in his feelings. So when he got in his feelings, it was kind of awkward on the video between
It
us.
did look funny. Like
It looks
if I'd have
crazy.
put that video out, y'all would have looked at us like they're gonna be the next Tia and what's his name? They gonna break up. Like
Yeah,
I
Corey.
honestly I don't want to see people break up, and I damn sure ain't trying to break us up. But
No.
that video would have been easy target for it. Like if when we go viral, because I'm not gonna say if I'm gonna speak it into existence, we go manifest. When we go viral, people would have looked back at that video and been like, "Oh, they're gonna break up." Like,
Well, no, and again,
because
I think because my coworker, who was like my brother, was just like, you have to show videos like that because it shows that you guys are human. That everything is not fluffy, cute, on the same page, which I agree with, and that's why I told him go ahead and put the video out but he had already
already
deleted
deleted
it.
it.
But I'm like, people when we talk about um really being honest and authentic and genuine, those are the times too that you're able to show because nobody's perfect. So
True
when
that.
you're able to show, hey, yeah, on camera we may have a disagreement, we may get in our feelings, we may feel a certain kind of way. I think it just shows that we have an authentic, genuine relationship and we're able to show our relationship in all facets.
Can can I be like transparently honest
Most
with you?
definitely.
There's a couple of different things about that video last night, well, the night before,
Hmm.
and why I chose to delete it. Um, and I'm all for transparency. I want everything that we do to be authentic, but I do understand that there is a balance between how we present ourselves to the public to protect our image. Like I don't like it was certain comments that I had made a couple of times on a couple of videos that when you had brought it to my attention, and the reason why I thought about it, like, yeah, I don't want to be throwing that kind of shit out because I don't want to give that kind of attention or ammunition to anybody or anything that might want to use that.
Okay.
And for me, I felt like the way I handled myself so emotionally, what just wouldn't have been the most solid thing for us to have public. And I wanted to make sure I did everything I could to protect us.
Hmm.
Love and kisses. But and then honestly, the other part side of me that was a little petty was I didn't want y'all to see me look like a little bitch. Like honestly, for about 30 seconds when I went back and looked at this shit, I'm like, nigga, you was acting like a little bitch. And it's like, nigga, you grown ass man, you know what the fuck you dealing with. And I'm still in process, even at my age. I am still in process. And I'm like, you know what? I'm
Well,
still a
because
little
in
unsure.
the beginning, I was gonna have him deleted too because it pissed me off. Honestly, I just
See,
was like,
she didn't even tell me she was
I
pissed off.
didn't
Why
because
not?
be,
Wow. See, this is where we got to be honest.
well, because I knew that honestly, when I thought about it, I knew that you were being hard on yourself for because when we talked about it, I knew you were being hard on yourself. So for me, then I came back and took. I was able to take kind of that pissed off the table, like you and I say when we really think about things. And I was like, me being pissed off. Why?
Yeah.
When you were taking it hard on yourself, I didn't realize you were taking it hard on yourself on the way you felt, how you looked.
So what initially pissed you off?
I think what pissed me off initially was how you kind of came at me, and I felt like,
But I
babe,
didn't come at
no,
you.
no, no, meaning come at me when you acted like that's not what you said, because that's what you said. You were like, that's not what you said. That's not how the story was, and I'm like, that is how the story was. You didn't remember it, but I'm like, that is how the story was. So it kind of made me look crazy when you were like, that's not what you, and I'm like, that is what I said. Because after I explained and we talked through the story again, you realize that I did say that yes, the person had kissed me, but that's when I pushed back and had that look. Then when I looked at the bar, the young lady over at the bar saw my expression. So it was just like that is, but you made me I feel like
I make mistakes. Sometimes my judgment I, I'm humble enough to realize I don't always get shit right. And if you can show me where I'm can improve or I need to take up, be accountable for area where I fucked up,
but
I
that's
can
why I
do
wasn't
that.
pissed off anymore
It
because
it, it
I
hurts,
saw that
but I
you
have to
were
do that.
right, but I saw that you were being hard on yourself. And so it just made me feel like why be pissed off? He's being hard on himself. He understood that,
Like,
he
yeah.
right. So
I,
that's why I wasn't pissed off anymore
but if I'd
because I felt
if I'd
bad.
have just been like, I ain't give a fuck and posted the video,
Then I probably would have.
then you would have been mad. And would you have told me you were
Yeah,
mad at me?
I would have shared that. I would have shared that I was kind of pissed. That's just how you came at that question. Just how you handled the question. I
And,
wasn't
and,
mad at you like that,
and
but I was
mind you,
just pissed off at how you
we were
handled the
playing a
question.
game that she found online. She found some questions to, have you ever? And we would hold up signs and
Yeah,
like tell the story if
yeah,
it was different.
never have I ever. And so if we answered the same that we have or have not, then we didn't have to tell the story. If one person answered that they had not, then they had to tell the story. Now you could tell the story with either way, but the only time really you had to answer or tell your story is if one was different.
I'll be honest because I'm a little jealous. Um, and we were kind of talking about this earlier today because of some of my past experiences in life. There are a lot of milestones that are significant to people that to other people don't have the same meaning because of their experience. And I'm just one of those people. Like if you're old enough to remember the millennium changeover, going from 1999 to the year 2000, like that particular New Year's was a global event. Like that's a once in a like that only happens once every 1,000 years. Like it was special, and imagining what people were doing at that time, and then I thought back to what I was doing, and unfortunately, at that part of my life, I was incarcerated, so I actually went to sleep at like 9:30 that night before because I didn't want to be awake because the fact that I was incarcerated made me realize just how much I regretted the bad decisions I made to give away my freedom. And when everybody else was celebrating bringing in the millennium, I was locked in a cage, in the state of Texas because of my dumbass decisions. And I have to look back on my life and I'm honest, there's some shit that I regret that I've done. And I just sometimes I live vicariously through other people's experiences. And because you've had so many beautiful and wonderful and vivid experiences that I haven't had, I actually, part of me is kind of jealous of some of the life you live and the stories that you have because I know I could never have those. Like, we were talking about, the milestones like turning 21, like that's big for people. For me, it was like, because honestly, sometimes I didn't even celebrate my own birthday. It's like just another fucking day to me because I spent so many of them not celebrating shit. Like, what you
Mhm.
want, an extra piece of fruit, nigga? Like, and so I don't ever hate or shit on people who've had other experience that I didn't have, but part of me is envious. But also I enjoy them because it's like it's almost like for me what reading did for me. I did a lot of reading when I was locked up, but it gave me an opportunity in my mind to almost have the experience through my imagination, even if I never physically went
And that's what I told Mark. You have to think about your blessings and think about just your journey and how some people's journey is far more harder, scarier. Just their story is
there. Y'all gonna
heavier.
have to excuse me. I'm gonna
Um,
smoke. This is my cheap ass cigars I like. Y'all just gonna have to deal with this. I apologize. I tried to avoid doing it on camera. I'm not gonna do it often, but it's the after dark show. It's late. I'm tired, and we're just talking.
yeah, but I told him, because I thought about, he asked me about. I turned 50 November 1st. And he asked me, what did I think about this milestone? And I told him, before I got to my milestone of 50, I was just so excited, just so ready, so elated that, another big milestone, because I was explaining to him certain milestones, 21, 30, 40. I really put things in place to really celebrate for me. Unfortunately, this year, which is my 50th, which is a huge milestone, it's been tough. It really has. But I tried to take away from it. Being blessed, being here, having my family, Mark and I being together and just being thankful for, definitely what I have. Um, but it's really been tough, and it's just something that I know I continue to work through, figure out, um, and again, just be thankful and grateful. So, yeah.
And I hear you. I'll just keep it funky though. I've been personally, like the last couple of days, I've been in a bit of a funk that I cannot understand. Like, there's no particular reason why I've been like, I just hadn't felt like I was 100% in my own juices. Like,
Yeah.
I've been kind of down,
Mm,
like not like depressed, but like kind of melancholy.
mm,
And I've been very introspective. Like, it hadn't, me and Flo ain't having no issues. Work is a bitch, but that's just work. Like, that's what it is. You get better at it, do what you got to do. Um, but because of I know part of it had to deal with seeing all the public breakups, and I'm really in this mind frame working on this book of I want to help people. I want to see people win at relationships. There is no reason why God put us here on this earth and we as men and women can't figure out how to fucking get along right if we just can't talk to each other and be honest. And I don't know why we can't stop lying to each other, and we lie to ourselves a lot, and I'm catching these things and I'm becoming more aware of it. And sometimes I felt a little overwhelmed, like shit.
I can tell you did. You were definitely not yourself. You were definitely different, and you can definitely tell that you were just kind of battling with different emotions. So
But I refuse to give up.
mhm.
I got I think about my daughters, grandkids. I think about like everybody out here. Like we need each other, hands down. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you own that men ain't shit, women ain't shit. I don't give a fuck what you say. We need each other, and ain't nobody coming to save us. And there's some stuff that, like, I know it's not fun to talk about um outside forces affecting you. Like people don't like to think about being manipulated or controlled or influenced by an outside force, but it's a reality. It's happened to us as a community, and we're not dealing with it in a way that's allowing us to grow from. Like we're repeating cycles over and over that are not good for us. And I just honestly, I don't want to invoke the name of like a Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, but somebody, there has to be the courage for us, and it can't just be me. Like I ain't got no Jesus Christ complex, like, oh, I'm gonna change
Mhm.
the whole world. But I know some of you out there, y'all looking for somebody that's gonna make some sense and at least give y'all a blueprint to just start to lay a foundation to help have relationships. I'm That's what I'm on. Like I want this to be kind of like the Think and Grow Rich for relationships.
Mhm.
Like I want this book to be special. So y'all, I promise I am working hard on it. But we talk about this so much,
We do a lot.
and like even our relation, like just between us, like we even felt kind of heavy.
We do. We've had some. We had a time where it was feeling, definitely heavy, and trying to make sure we weren't back on that journey or path of breaking up like, we've done before. Our first year was really tough. Mark and I broke up a couple of times.
Not a
So
couple.
just,
We broke up and got back together five or six,
like five or six
five or
times.
six times our first year. Like
Yeah.
we were, and again, I have to take responsibility. There was a couple of them. I was being irrational in moments. Like I was just like it was this or it. Like I was, and I when I evaluated where I was at and what I wanted and what I'd already identified and got connected to and how I felt about Flo, like to me, she was just worth fighting for to keep this relationship. And yeah, because I see the rest is some bullshit out there. Like I found Flo, like I am good. I keep this. I know a good thing when I see it. I've fucked up before and lost a good woman. I say if I ever found another good woman, I wasn't gonna do that again. So yeah. But yeah, I fought to bring us back together every fucking time, even when I fucked up.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, back to the shit show. Did you understand anything about that murder mystery? Like, do you know who killed? Like,
No, they didn't. We never found out who killed who. We never found
uh,
out
if
what
I
characters.
ever see y'all in public, I'm gonna act like I don't remember shit. But I
Yeah, we didn't figure out like what characters were who. I ended up being placed as a character that just was
the
mentioned,
the
and I
Ice
just kind of
Queen.
had, I was the Ice
They
Queen,
asked you
and
like three
yeah, like
questions,
two, three questions,
and
and
then like,
I
no,
had
you're
no
not it.
clue. Yeah,
Like, okay, we were
so
like, all right, hey,
yeah,
pass me some more
yeah.
fajitas.
So everybody is just confused. Yeah, we're just like, yeah, trying to figure out to where the point is just like, okay, I think we're done here. We finished dessert, so thanks for a great
And
evening.
and
We're
and,
out, and
and okay, who all was there? Friends,
friends,
co-workers,
co-workers, family.
Lee.
Yeah, it's just a gist
Because
of
a few of the
different
people
people.
I've had the pleasure of meeting before, and again, all Flo's friends are nice. What I love about Flo is like the ultimate social butterfly. She has so many different eclectic cliques of people that love her. Like every, I mean, I'm sure some people that can't stand you, don't like you, they
Probably.
jealous, whatever. You know, I ain't talking about them. But the people that know you, I'm talking about. See, it's one thing to meet people and click. You know, y'all get your vibe, y'all click together. Oh, I like y'all. But when you can sustain relationships, like some of these people have known you 10, 15, 20
Really a
years
long time.
and they still like you.
They
What is
do.
it about you that
They
keeps you like
do.
what is it about you that makes you such a social butterfly? Because I'm not
Mm,
that. I love people, don't get me wrong. I
mm.
get along with everybody, but I'm not.
I've, I told Mark, in the beginning, I wasn't that way. I think it's always been something that's been inside of me, but not until I got to like high school, like my junior year, did I really just start to blossom. And I've always been. But when you think of November 1st, I'm born on November 1st.
Yes, she has blossomed.
Um, you naughty. November 1st
She
is
likes that though.
actually All Saints Day. And so I'm considered a saint. So with my Satanness, and
Ooh.
just
Hey, I said that one time. Somebody said, "Yeah, Saint Bernard." Like, you calling me a dog? Okay, no, but yeah,
but yeah,
you're.
I've
Well, can
as
well,
I got older,
I think of
got
you more of as an angel.
well, that's part of that Saints Day.
Okay, so with this anointed day of birth of yours as a
It's very
saint,
special.
have you felt like a certain responsibility, like you want to live up to that?
Mm. Well, I'm a people person, but I love helping people.
She does.
For me personally, I will take care of myself last. To me, it's about everybody else, my children, my grandchildren, my family, my relationships, personal relationships, friendships, family, like
Oh, this is personal.
everything.
Our relationship is personal now.
Yeah, it
Okay,
does,
all right,
man.
okay.
But everybody I'll try to take care of first. Me, I'm okay with taking care of last. As long as everybody is taken care of,
And I
that's what makes me feel
can
fulfilled
I
and
just say
happy.
something real quick? She does have on clothes, y'all. I'm just saying.
I do. It's funny
Because
because
I'm looking at the
at the murder,
camera,
I know.
it
And so
looks like
at the
she's
murder
topless, like
mystery,
she ain't got on no
I
clothes sitting
know.
there
And
in
at
that
the
scene.
murder mystery,
She
Blair had us put on napkins that she called
no, yeah, everybody had to put a bib on
a
because they
bib
wanted to take a
on.
picture with everybody
And
with a napkin
so
stuffed in.
with
So
me, of course, she calls me out because she's like,
and
Flo, you
Flo
look
naked.
naked. And I'm like,
She got on
it's just
clothes.
I do.
It's cute too.
This is my little
Yeah.
outfit.
All right, don't show too much now. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
So I just have on like a
We're
little
not thirst trapping
halter.
on this channel.
No thirst trapping, but
We've been speaking of thirst trapping. I am so. Why were we invited into a threesome twice by the same person tonight?
like
Have you ever seen that behavior? Because you know this person. I don't.
no,
Have you ever witnessed this type of behavior before?
like I told him, it surprised me. This person that was going through a lot, and again, sometimes people
A
haven't,
whole lot.
they
And much love. I like.
sometimes people just are looking.
I'm torn because
You
I've
will,
got that agape love for
like I told
people.
him,
I
you
don't
will
like
be
nobody to get
surprised at what some
messed over.
people think, what they want, what they yearn, what their
Oh.
fantasies are, what they see.
Can I make a public service announcement?
Yeah.
Because I want you to finish your point, but I got a public service announcement.
But you would just, I think sometimes people, um, sometimes put things out there to see what the response will be. And if they are intrigued or kind of think about somebody or just how things would be, sometimes they'll put it out there just to see what the response is. So, you never know.
No. Um, hell no. Oh God. PSA announcement for everybody out here in the dating game. Again, you can pick up the book, The Dating Game. Just go to the Cash App, $13 pre-order. Email your receipt to brothermarkscott@gmail.com. But this public service announcement is for everybody, particularly for those who are younger, just starting, like you really want to. Well, I mean, we'll say young, but you're really looking to get into a committed long-term relationship with somebody. There are some things that only time itself will unwrap the gift that you have in that person. And again, I'm not an advocate for extended periods of pointless dating. Like, I don't think you should waste your time. Everybody only has the same finite 24 hours in a day, so use them wisely to get to your end goal, your objective. Be strategic in your time spending. But unfortunately, some people don't know the depths of who they are until they encounter or experience certain things. And if you get tied to people in relationships, you could find out that you got a Pandora's box on your hands.
True.
And you may not be ready for all of what a person brings to the table when they truly open up and show you who they truly are.
Some
And
people want that hot man.
well, from what I heard, this was more than that. But the public service announcement is, look here, really soul search people. I understand chemistry and attraction is important. It is. But there are some people who have different ways of thinking and believing in about what life should look like and what they should be able to do with the people in their life. And if y'all don't have the same fundamental blueprint and expectations, you could find out that you may truly be unequally yoked or unequally matched with somebody. And if you've committed yourself to them, you're going to find out that getting out of that commitment could be much more complicated than you realize.
Oh yeah.
And there is no 100% foolproof way other than time itself to know what you've got your hands on.
True.
Because she
In
didn't
time.
like yeah, she didn't believe me when we first met, and I tried to explain to her who I was, and she was like, "Okay, yeah, me too." Like, no, I'm different. And some people are really, really different.
True.
So yeah, that was the public service announcement. Please investigate people's fantasies, desires, uh, expectations for daily life. Like, really have a make sure y'all are on the same page together and speaking the same language.
For sure. For sure.
Um, but yeah, that was our murder mystery
Alrighty.
threesome invitation. Like, we got invited to it. I am cracking up with it. Yeah, and it was funny because at one point, like I'd leaned over the floor and I'd like, hey, like help me get out of this conversation, please. Like I wanted to be nice and polite because again, these are her friends and coworkers and associates. Hey, I'm just the boyfriend. Hey, I'm still hanging around. Yes. But I'm always trying to be as respectful and diplomatic as possible. And sometimes, honestly,
You did good.
I don't know how to not be direct with people.
You did good, baby. You did good. All is well.
So,
All is good.
but anything in parting you want to add to this?
No. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you for
We
allowing us
appreciate
to
you.
have another after dark conversation. This
Again,
is
just
episode
chatting,
number 4.
sharing.
But
Sharing is
yeah,
caring.
I had to talk about honestly. I want to say so much, but I got to be respectful. And yeah, I don't want to cause any problems for nobody. That's not. This is not intended to slander or insult or belittle anybody or their situation. But for us, the amusement of it. Again, I look at things differently a lot of times. She always tells me I'm strange,
Different. For sure.
but you're awesome.
But we love them.
We love you. All right, this is brother Mark Love and Miss Flo. Mwah. All right, y'all. Y'all
Have a good
take care.
evening. Mwah.
Peace out.